You are listening to Slightly Sauced.
Alphabetical by birth date.
Oh, Christ. What? Alphabetical by birth date. All right, let's go. Hey, everybody, welcome to Slightly Sauced. My name is John.
Derek.
Jake.
Oh, shit. Jake's birthday's in September. This doesn't make any sense. I'm in January.
You said alphabetical.
No, Tyler said alphabetical by birth
precedence.
date. He said alphabetical by birth date.
I didn't think we were serious.
Neither did I.
I was going to go like January is... whatever, I'm John.
I'm Derek.
I'm aware.
I suppose I'm Tyler. While we're
I'm
doing
Kayla.
it, there you go.
All
Jake.
right, there we go. We got everybody in. Oh, fuck, what a fucking fuck. Hi, it's been a while. When did we put out the last thing about Europe? Shit, it's probably been like 3 weeks or something since people have heard from us.
Oh God, you're making me look it up. June 7th.
Yep, so it's Canada Day now, so it's been 3 weeks since we put a thing out, and this has got to go out. I still got to edit it, so like it's going to be another week anyway. Shit. I hope people weren't waiting on us. Just Ernie, I suppose. Speaking of Ernie,
Sorry, Ernie.
we got a letter from Ernie. You guys want to hear it?
Go for it.
Yes.
It's Ernie. Ernie. He likes dragons. Ernie. It's Ernie. Ernie. Sending human skin to people. It's Ernie. 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 And Bert.
Ernie says, hello again. Well, all your talk about travels overseas put me in mind of the time that I traveled to a distant foreign land. Maybe you've heard of it. It's a place called Guelph. I was actually staying in Aramosa, about 10 kilometers outside of the city. As I had no access to any transportation, I walked that distance a couple of times a week, because as all you probably know, there's nothing to do in Aramosa. I've never heard of Aramosa.
No, me either.
I don't know where that...
I'm Googling it.
Yeah, apparently it's 10 kilometers outside of Guelph, but I don't know about that. At least when I made it to Guelph, I could take the bus all over the city. I also spent some time in Pickering, Whitby, and Chatham, Kent, which is where I got to cross over the famous Thames River that you hear about in all the movies and TV shows.
Might not be the same one.
Maybe not. I never made it into Kitchener-Waterloo, though. Otherwise, I would have been happy to drop in on some or all of you and deliver your human skin in person. Overall, I'd say it's a nice enough place to visit, but just foreign for me. I'm quite content to stay in my home country of Alberta. Maybe that's why the Prime Minister didn't mention Alberta today, because it's a country.
Oh God.
Yep. So it's Canada Day. Hi, guys. Are you feeling patriotic today?
I am eating a bag of wine gums that are Canada Day shaped.
What is it? Are they like maple leaf shaped wine gums?
There are lots to choose from.
Okay, what kind of shapes you got?
So I have a moose.
Mm-hmm.
I have a beaver.
Okay.
I have a round one that has a loon on it. I think it's supposed to be a loony.
I see.
I also have
Aren't loonies octagons?
a canoe, or
A canoe?
what I think is a canoe.
Do they all taste the
And-
same, or like?
Nope, they're all different flavors like wine gums are. So they're all wine gum
Oh,
flavored.
they don't
One's
have
a
like maple
Canada
syrup
flag.
flavors and shit.
Nope. They're all normal wine gum flavors, but all
Oh, okay.
shaped like different things Canadiana. There's very little although the one that is, I'm confused because the one flavor is white. White's not a flavor, but it tastes like fake banana and I don't like them, and white is usually my favorite wine gum flavor.
Huh.
Also, internet who are listening to this, if you have the ability to get your hands on Allen's wine gums, could you please send them to me? I can't find them anywhere, and they're the only ones that have the grapefruit flavored white ones.
Allen's Wine Gums. All right, you heard the woman. Allen's Wine Gums. Let us know. We'll get your shipping address.
Yeah.
Tyler, what's our new segment today?
I've been struggling to come up with a name for this one, so I'm not going to try. But basically, I'll give you a little bit of a story. So Derek, Christina, Anya, and I went out to the brew house on the Grand in Fergus a couple days ago.
Brew house.
First time I've ever been there, and it struck me as odd because it was amazing. And I mean, it's kind of like it doesn't really fit what I'm going to try and ask from everyone here. What I was going to try and say, make it the segment is really more like, what are those hidden gem restaurants that you know of? That you don't really, I guess, think of when you think of like the main ones in the city or whatever. I imagine that in Fergus, this is exactly one of those big places that everyone goes. But for me, because I've never been there, and I don't even know if I've ever been to Fergus before, or at least stopped in Fergus before, this is something new, kind of a hidden gem for me. So I really enjoyed it there.
Oh, cool. All right.
So, as you just stole my hidden gem, I guess my hidden gem would be the Elora Brewing Company in Elora. Great food. It's kind of like the Aburb in downtown Waterloo. Yeah, pretty good. They revamp their menu every 6 months, too, so it's always kind of worth going back to check out what they have out.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, I got one. Mine is a place called Mango Salad. It's in Ingersoll. I got a brother-in-law who lives like 20 minutes out of Ingersoll, and this place is called the Mango Salad, and they make Thai food, and it's really delicious. They make a salad with mangoes in it that I actually don't like at all, because I don't think that fruit should be a part of salad, unless it's fruit salad, but that's not really salad. But they do make other delicious Thai food. So if you're in Ingersoll, the Mango Salad.
I would say if you're here in the Waterloo region and have $250,000 to spend on a meal, you should hit up Bimas Warung.
$250,000. That's an expensive meal.
It is. It is a very expensive meal, and it is so well worth it, and you will leave with so many leftovers. It's an Indonesian restaurant, and they have some of the most eclectic foods I've ever had, and phenomenal. So the last time Jake and I went was for my birthday, and they had a cocktail that the waitress struggled to explain to me because of how many different flavors it had going on in it. And she's like, some people say it tastes like dirt. I was like, oh, I'm sold. Let me try this cocktail.
That's like if you go down to the Grand Trunk Saloon, the coffee and cigarettes. It tastes quite literally like coffee and cigarettes, but it's delicious. Like, it shouldn't be good.
So is this place like $250 a plate? Or?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's for a full meal with drinks and appetizers and 2 mains. I think Jake and I actually ended up ordering 3 mains and brought home what felt like 2 days worth of leftovers.
Wow.
That's not that bad then.
No, it seems worth it. I've never been to this place. We should go sometime.
It's phenomenal.
Okay. Jake, what's your hidden gem?
I don't really have one. I was just going to piggyback because, Kale and I were both at Bimas, and
Cheater.
that's, well, yeah, I mean, it's unassuming from the front, right? It doesn't look like it's a fancy
That's the place up by Morty's with like the tin fence around it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it really? That's the one you're talking
Place
about?
looks like a shithole. I've never been inside.
Yeah, I've been kind of avoiding it, to be honest.
Yeah.
You would. And I think that's kind of their shtick.
I don't know. I think they should probably like try and be a little more welcoming. The big ass fence around the front of the place doesn't really help you know that you should go inside.
What about the new sandwich place, Jake?
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I guess I don't need to give too much background, but across from the Canadian Tire, there's a new place called Jimmy's Feed Company.
Do you like Jimmy's Feed Company? I feel I'm a little conflicted about Jimmy's Feed Company.
Oh, really? Have you not had a good experience there?
I mean, it's fine. So there's a guy at work who is all about Jimmy's Feed Company. He's all about this place. He's like, oh, it's $5 and there's a sandwich and it's piled with an inch of meat. And he's not wrong. For $5, it's a hell of a sandwich, but I feel like a sandwich with an inch of meat on it is like a pizza with an inch of toppings on it. I
don't understand what you're complaining about.
I don't know. I'm
Are you
with John.
complaining that there's too much meat on the sandwich?
I am complaining that. I don't want a whole fucking meatloaf. I want a sandwich, for Christ's sakes.
All right, well, everyone go there
sandwich is a
except for
perfect
John.
balancing act between lettuce, tomato,
That's
other
right.
toppings,
It's a
bread,
balance.
and meat.
Like at Subway, you get too much bread. At this place, you get too much meat. The ratios are all off.
Now, mind you, I complain more about too much bread over too much meat.
I'll grant you that. A sandwich is a wonderful thing. This guy makes cheap sandwiches. They're fine, but it's not like the best. And the pickle was too goddamn big. There you go. There's my complaint about Jimmy's Feed Co.
Were you intimidated by the size of the pickle?
I was intimidated by the size of the pickle. I couldn't even fit my lips around it. It was ridiculous.
It's okay, John.
I love
the
big
rest
pickles.
of us were able to handle the pickle.
Well, I'll have to double team the pickle with somebody sometime.
Like Lady and the Tramp
Gross.
double team, or
Oh, yeah, buddy.
both start down at one end and work your way in.
Burning the candle at both ends. Okay, what the fuck are we talking about tonight besides large pickles?
I think we went to another wedding.
Oh, Christ. It's a lot of weddings. Luckily, this
Who had
one
to
was
go
a
get married
really,
this time?
really good one. I enjoyed this wedding.
I guess that was me.
Yeah,
Unless you
I
guys went
suppose
to
so.
another wedding and didn't tell me.
Nope.
Nah, they're still raving about Anya and Tyler's.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Derek, tell us about your wedding.
What can I tell? I don't even know what happened.
Well, you got married.
There was food. We got married. The pastor guy handed me an Xbox controller to hold as my bouquet.
Yeah, that
I
was funny.
unfortunately
Call
did
him a
not get to keep
pasture?
this. What's that?
Did you call him a pasture?
Pastor.
Okay, you did.
No, but he said pastor, like a priest.
I'm hearing pasture like horses.
Open your fucking
No.
lay in
ears.
a.
I guess he could be like a pastor if he laid some sod down on himself. The horses could
Ridiculous.
eat and lick said sod, but no, pasture.
Now I hear it too.
Damn it.
Hey, how
This
do you
is
say?
like- this
How
is
do
like
you say?
pretzel.
Cool Whip.
Cool whip.
Now we found out that Derek can't say pastor.
or pretzel.
He's like Benedict Cumberbatch trying to say penguins.
That's okay. I say bagel incorrectly.
Do you? How do you say bagel?
Bagel.
Bagel.
Sounds totally fine. What's
Maybe it's just my American cousins. They make fun of me and say
how
it.
do they say you should say it?
Bagel.
So, bagel.
Oh, like with a long bagel?
Bagel.
Yes. Bagel with a long bagel.
I'm not sure I understand.
I think the difference is it's like an E sound versus an A sound, right?
Yeah.
So like bagel
Bay versus ba.
or bagel.
Yeah.
Bagel sounds awful. Oh, Christ, this is going off the rails. Okay, so Derek got married. Derek, you got married in the middle of woods somewhere. Where was that place?
A place called Hubertus House. They do Oktoberfest there. And
Can we
all
go to
that
Oktoberfest
jazz.
there, or do you have to be special to go to Oktoberfest there?
No, you can buy tickets.
Because that place is pretty awesome. I'd go to Oktoberfest there.
Yeah, the only downside is it's kind of hard to get home.
That's true. We just need a DD.
Yeah,
Steph
sure,
doesn't
Christina will
like
DD.
beer, and Christina doesn't drink. I think that we can make this work.
I think we could.
Yeah, that looks like a great place to have Oktoberfest.
Yeah. They actually
was
serve good
recommended
beer,
to
which I
me.
was excited about.
Yeah, you had great beer at your wedding.
Yeah.
It was recommended to me in the stall of the bathroom
What, the
by
beer?
someone else who was using the bathroom.
They recommended the beer whilst using the bathroom?
They recommended that I come to Hubertus' house for Oktoberfest while we were both peeing, and I was like, okay.
Kayla, I don't know why, but every time you came up to me, you talked about your pee conversations with someone else. Like, every time you were in the
People
bathroom
talk
there,
to me
you
in
must have had a
toilets.
pee conversation.
Hang on, do people talk to you in toilets just at this particular event, or like as a general phenomenon?
No. General phenomenon.
Really?
People
Like
talk to me
everywhere?
in bathrooms.
Okay, so what kind of things do people say to you in bathrooms? Now I'm curious.
It ranges from like a conversation that has extended. So like when I go into a bathroom,
Yeah.
conversation ceases. It doesn't matter what you're talking to as the time that you got to the door.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
just stop.
No, I agree wholeheartedly.
No, I meet lots of folks who continue that conversation.
So, like-
and you're like, I don't want to talk right now. I'm kind of busy.
While you're in the stall, or like while you're washing your hands?
like mid pant drop.
It's a little weird also when you're like using stalls versus using urinals. At least urinals, you're like kind of like in the same room as one another. With a stall, it feels like you're like yelling over, like, "Hey, what's going on over there?" It's a little strange.
It is.
Huh.
The weirdest thing for me is every single time I went into the bathroom, there was someone with the exact same shoes in the stall sitting down.
Same shoes as you?
No, not same shoes, just like the exact same shoes.
Oh,
Like,
it was just like
I-
some person who was in there all night long.
I feel like whoever it was literally in that stall all night long.
That poor
Maybe
bastard.
it was that old security guard that was there.
It may have been.
Did the club think people were going to get a little rowdy, or
They just mandate that you have to have a security guard there. So, just for
All right.
reasons, whatever reasons they have. I assume I've heard of some weddings going off the rails where people go into the pond and all sorts of other
Doesn't
things.
surprise me. There's often a whole lot of drinking at weddings.
Yeah.
All it takes is someone to say the wrong thing to somebody else, and turns into a mess. Although I wouldn't want to go into that pond. It was a lovely pond to look at, but I suspect that you get a little dirty going in there.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
maybe you could just describe the whole place, because it's really not in the middle of the woods, as John said.
It kind of is, though.
Well, it's not. Like, it's just outside of
Fine,
a
fuck you
town
too.
outside of Kitchener, but it's got like an open space surrounded by woods.
Told you there was woods.
Yeah, they have a German style main hall. I don't know if I'm very good at describing.
It was cool. It had antlers and shit.
Yeah. A lot of people actually ask me about the antlers because they're like, "What are they? Are they all moose?" And I'm like, "No, that's
None of them
caribou.
are moose.
That's moose, and that's elk. They don't
that's
look
a
the
fish.
same."
Yeah, there
those are
were a
fish.
lot of angry-looking fish.
Yeah. Well, the story behind it is it was founded by my grandfather and 6 other families, and they founded it as a German social and hunting club. So they do have like a hunting lodge up north that you can go to if you're a member, and they do a lot of group events revolving around hunting and other German events. So that is kind of the backstory of the club. I will
How
try
does
and find a
one
website so we can post it so people can actually see some pictures if they want.
How does someone become a member?
So if anyone wanted to become a member, basically what you have to do is know one other member to vouch for you, and then that member, if you don't know 2 members, that member can go to another member and get them to do your second.
Are
second
you a
vouch.
member?
I used to be, but I can be, like, again, very easily.
Interesting.
When your grandfather's the last living founding member, you just kind of show up to a meeting and go, "Can I be a member?" And they go, "Oh yeah, sure."
Oh, so I could be a
You
member?
should probably do that before he dies.
Oh, it doesn't matter even if he dies. But
They know who Derek is.
yeah, they actually do know who I am. The president knows me, and yeah, like if you guys did want to become members,
What
would be
happens if I
fairly
become a
simple.
member? Does it just mean I can go to the lodge?
Yeah,
Do
you
I
can
have
go.
to hunt?
No, you don't have to hunt.
You could.
Most people there don't even hunt, but like you get access to some of the closed events. Like they do Easter egg hunts, they do Christmas events, they do
Mostly
summer
family oriented?
Yeah, they do a lot of family oriented events.
Interesting.
Sounds like my neighborhood association.
Yeah, I mean,
guess-
it sounds
I
like
guess it
a
is.
like a community center or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
There's
pretty
a
neat.
distinct lack of beer in my community's events.
Are the events at the lodge usually, do they have beer involved?
Yep. Pretty much always whenever there's a members event, they have the bar open so you can get beer.
I like this idea.
Easter egg hunts with beer do sound much better than Easter egg hunts without beer.
I agree.
Yeah, they do like dinners throughout the year too. I think it's easier for you to get Oktoberfest tickets.
So is this place is this considered like a cultural club? Like typically, originally anyway, this would have been primarily people who were descendants of German immigrants who joined this club.
Yep. Or well, they were all German immigrants themselves.
Right.
So they were directly from Germany. The club was founded in '57. Originally, it wasn't in that location. It moved a few years later. They bought that piece of land and started building the lodge in several sections over the years.
I know I'm kind of getting aside from our main topic here, but I'm actually really interested in the idea of a German club or just of a cultural club, because that's not something that I was ever involved with. And I know you spent a lot of time in clubs like this growing up. Can you describe kind of what it's like? Like, is it just like a community center, or sort of like, hanging out with people from church, or like what exactly goes on?
Yeah, like it's not like people are there marching around to the Third Reich or anything like
That's
that.
not what I was implying. Jesus Christ, man.
No, it's yeah, like you don't obviously have to be German. They do celebrate German heritage quite a lot. Some people just hunt, and some people are from Scotland or wherever else. It's I don't know. Like growing up there, it was kind of like a big extended family. So it was people that you saw, maybe not always on a regular basis, but you always knew who they were, and you did become friends over the years. Since I got out of it for so long, though, it was kind of hard to go back when I got a little bit older because people had kind of developed their own little cliques.
Yep, that makes sense.
Just like church or any other social
Sure.
gathering place, right? So it would, if you guys did want to become members, it would be a lot easier because generally when you're part of a big group, other people approach you and it's easier to kind of cut into other groups, right?
I don't know. I'm just curious about it because, like I said, I never sort of was a part of anything like that aside from church growing up. And I grew up raised in a Catholic church and was fairly close with a lot of people in our church community. But having since left the church and, not being a practicing Catholic anymore, I kind of wonder if there's sort of a part of that community aspect that's sort of, well, I don't know, missing. But it's a neat idea to have a community organization like that that's not church related, because most of the ones that I think of are church related,
Yeah, and it is definitely a good kind of place to be involved in because there is so many different types of people there. Just like church, like it's not just a bunch of tradespeople. Like there's white collar people, blue collar people.
So you meet a bunch of different types of folks too.
You meet a bunch of different types of folks too, but not only that, it's just like if for networking on a career prospects too. Like the last president, he owned his own electrical company. So, if you wanted a job as an electrician, it was good to know him, right?
Networking. All right, not bad.
Yeah. That was kind of the thing I always found the most useful part about church was the networking.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, for years, I think when we grew up going to church, my dad, who owns his own business, advertised in the church flyer. I don't know that he ever got any business out of it, but he definitely, talked to other business owners who were part of the church and they traded stories and stuff like that. So I'm sure there's benefit to that kind of thing. So when you decided to get married, this place was kind of an obvious choice as a venue then?
Yeah, like it's weird for a guy because guys don't normally dream about their wedding day when they grow up. But for me, that was like one place as I started getting older, I always wanted to get married. So it was nice that Christina was happy to get married there too. We did look at other places just to make sure the prices were in line. And they were relatively reasonable. They were a little bit higher, but whatever. It had a picturesque location, and that way we didn't have to worry about getting a church or anything to get married in. We could just do it on the grounds.
Yeah, no, it was very convenient to certainly to have all the stuff in one place there.
Yep. Just wish people got on the balls with the damn pictures.
That's the thing I actually really like about that type of wedding, is like a wedding held all in a single venue. So some weddings you go to and you gotta Jake and Kelly, your wedding was like right down the street. That was cool. But like some weddings, I'll think of one that was in my family years and years ago. Someone in my family got married and there was a wedding in a church, and then later there was a dinner somewhere else, but in between there was like 3 hours lag, and the things were on the opposite sides of the city, and nobody at the wedding was from that city. So it was like there was nothing for you to do, and getting from one to the other was difficult. It was just a royal pain in the ass. So I always appreciate a wedding that's like kind of closely related or a little bit more carefully planned.
Well, that was one thing we really tried to cut down on too. Tyler can attest to it. We went and did pictures beforehand.
Yep.
At Rockway Gardens. So
that's a lovely place to have pictures done.
Yeah, exactly. And that way we wouldn't have this like long lag. Like we wouldn't have needed to get married at noon so that we could do pictures for 3 hours or whatever.
Yeah, we did a similar thing at our wedding. We did all the pictures before the ceremony so that people didn't have to wait around for us.
Yeah.
Jake and I went to a wedding similar to the one that you described, John, where there was a 3-hour gap in between the ceremony, except I think it was even longer than that. And so Jake and I think the ceremony was like at 11 a.m. and then the reception was at a totally different part. It was in Hamilton, in a totally different part of the city. They got married on the mountain, and then the reception was in downtown somewhere. And in the meantime, we were starving because at this point in time, Jake and I were both living in Waterloo. So I didn't have a residence in Hamilton. And we went to the mall dressed like we've gone to a fancy wedding. And we ate in the food court. So out of place. Except the thing is, because you're eating at a food court, you're taking some risks with your gastrointestinal health, which led to Jake developing food poisoning.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
for a wedding?
having in the middle of the reception. And so here I am thinking Jake's bored, because sometimes when you take Jake out places, he doesn't like to be there. And so he'll be like, let's go home. And you're like, no, Jake, just suck it up. It'll be fine. And he can jump in at any point and defend himself, but I think I'm describing this very accurately.
This is pretty much exactly how it went.
Okay.
I was bored. I'm not going to debate that. But when I started feeling very ill, it was like, well, my significant other doesn't believe me because I've been kind of a pain in the ass all day. But it was not good. So now we have we need to leave now.
Yeah, we have a standing rule. And I was like, no, let's just wait until the chocolate fountain and the 11 o'clock buffet. And Jake's like, we need to leave. And I was like, you're being such a drag. You only had like 2 beers. You can't be that drunk. And he's like, I'm not drunk. I'm sick. And then my dad took his side of things when he finally... we went back to my dad's house that night. He was our DD, and he picked us up. And I was like, Jake's being lame. And my dad's like, if the man's sick, let him be sick.
And I was doing like the whole flu thing, right? Like I feel so cold, I need 5 blankets on me, and then I'm too hot, take them all off.
No.
It's incredibly hot in here. Yeah, no,
That sounds awful.
It's terrible.
No, not great. So yeah, it was like a Manchu walk or something. So I won't eat there ever again.
Here I was worried that the worst that could happen at the food court was you get shit on top of your nice white shirt.
No, there was shit more places than the white shirt.
No. Must have been what happened to that guy that was in the stall all night there, Jake.
Yeah, his significant other wanted to go home too.
So yeah, did you guys all have fun? Any interesting stories? Because I only got to talk to most of you guys for like 5 minutes.
That's the thing about a wedding, right? You have all these people that you love, and you invite them all to a wedding, and then you find that you spend the entire night running around trying to talk to everybody, and you don't feel like you spent enough time with anybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or at least the people you wanted to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, there's also, every wedding has its share of, far-flung family members and social obligations at it too, right? So it's not like hanging out with your friends, unfortunately.
I'm a people watcher at weddings, even my own.
Oh, man.
And I find
that's my favorite part
that-
of weddings.
Yeah. People watching is the most
I
fascinating
love
thing to do.
looking out for the person who's dressed just a little too slutty, or the person who dances just a little too well. I love those people because they're at every wedding and they always make a scene. It's great.
So Alex on both occasions there?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Alex was just winnowing through all the females at your wedding.
None of them would have any of them, though.
Nope, but he danced with
Fortunately.
everyone. You can't fault the guy for trying.
Except for my mom. I think my mom was in love with him.
He is a charmer. No, there were a couple that were like, oh, I don't like dancing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, I danced with
that was
Tyler's
just my
mom.
cousin and her friend.
Swept Tyler's mom right off her feet.
Oh, did you?
Oh, I did. I cut right in. That was a fun wedding. I had a blast.
Yeah, it was a really good time. And thankfully, the weather held out, especially the day before when it was like a torrential downpour.
Yeah.
It flooded a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, man, you took a risk having a wedding that was partially outdoors this season. Holy shit, it's rained like crazy.
Well, there was a plan B of.
Oh, was
where
there
we were gonna
backup?
have it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my wedding was meant to be outside too, and we moved it indoors just because of the weather was shit.
No, all worked out, and we had some very nice German beer, so that was excellent. That was it was a nice change from the usual selection. So I think we all very much appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was weird too because the German beer per milliliter was actually cheaper than the Canadian.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it really didn't.
No, and it had like
It's
the
'cause they were
European
tall boy
measurements
cans.
on it too. So
I can say that I'm just really glad that we are all married now and I can stop going to weddings.
Yeah.
Oh, now I have a suit and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Funerals.
Ah, now we got to start dying. That's the thing to do.
I think we're a few years out for that.
Yeah, maybe a little while yet. If you
I
can
may just
still
start
fit
wearing
in,
my suit for fun. So,
if you can still fit into that suit by the time we start dying, you're doing real well.
I think if I don't fit into that suit, I'm probably gonna be dead. So,
Don't worry, most of the time they cut out the back of suits for dead people anyways.
Really?
oh, do they?
Yeah, they just drape them over the front.
Why? Well, I guess it's hard to
easier.
get a
Dead
suit
people
on
are
a
hard
dead
to
person.
move.
No, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
You don't want to entirely dress the corpse.
So you're saying that if like the casket tips over or something, the guy's ass is going to be hanging out like a hospital gown?
I don't know that all funeral locations do it that way, but I have heard that they cut out the backs of clothing.
Seems
to
like
make
an awfully
them-
embarrassing way to go.
Don't knock over a casket.
I guess, yeah. No, that's a good call.
For sure. So, Derek, what are you doing after the wedding? Here you're out on a honeymoon of some type?
Yeah, we leave early tomorrow.
Cool.
for,
Where are you going?
it's called the Finger Lakes in New York State.
Holy shit, that's 2 big vacations in a year, man. You're doing all right.
Not really. This is just kind of a little mini vacation, but we're going to take a bit more of a relaxing stance compared to the last one.
A little bit less running around.
Yeah.
What is it? What's at the Finger Lakes? Is it like a camping thing or like a lodge thing or what?
We're just staying in a Holiday Inn. But they have there's a lot of state parks in the area.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of nice scenery, a lot of wineries, a lot of breweries. Taking Christina to a haunted insane asylum.
A haunted insane asylum. You're gonna have
Yeah,
to. You're gonna have to explain.
She's into that.
Really?
Well, what do you mean? It's on Ghost Hunters.
Like the TV show.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess.
I mean, fair
guess
enough.
It's a TV show, right? No, she's into that sort of thing. So we'll go there and walk around and see if we can find any ghosts. And if not, I'll yell at said ghosts until they come out.
Cool.
Are you going to have as much non-evidence of ghosts as the people on Ghost Hunters? Because if anything, that show has just taught me that nothing is haunted and that people overreact.
Yeah, you should take like a tape recorder and like an infrared camera. What other bullshit do they
You
take?
need your EMF reader.
What's an
Yeah.
EMF reader? Oh, that's like
It
for
looks
finding.
for electrical
Electromagnetic
pulse.
frequency.
I
Yeah.
see. Geiger counter.
Oh, we're getting a spike on the EMF. There must be something nearby. Jimmy, can you hear me? If you can hear me, make a noise. Did you hear that? Oh my God, there's a noise.
I don't know.
See, Derek's well on his way to having his own Discovery television show.
I think you
about
should film a portion of your
ghosts.
honeymoon and throw it up on YouTube. This sounds great.
Yes, you and Christina should go as ghost hunters.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But like not traditional ones. More
No.
like I'm thinking like Crocodile Hunter.
Oh yeah.
So what, you want me to hop on the goat's back and hold its mouth shut?
Yeah, just
you
poke
got
it with a
big one,
stick.
Yeah,
I was really just thinking more of the hat, but
Oh, okay.
dress in your best khakis and
That's actually a good idea. Okay, we may do this.
Well, that sounds
Let's
nice.
go out and get some khakis. I have the hat.
How long are you guys going to be in New York State?
Just till the end of the week.
I've only ever driven through New York State, but when I did, it's quite beautiful. It's a nice place.
Yeah, I think Tyler went there with us as children, camping to Watkins Glen. It's called. It's nice kind of canyon, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, it is really nice, and I kind of wanted to go back now to see if my childhood memories line up with my adult memories. Because maybe I go back now and I'll be like, this place is a shithole.
Yeah, but maybe
Isn't
you
that
go
how
back and it's
most-
all nostalgia. Could be good. You don't know.
Yeah.
Like when I listen to old Linkin Park records. They're not good, but nostalgia says they're great.
like that time we went to McGregor Park.
Hey, McGregor Park's pretty boss.
McGregor Park? Point? What the hell is that?
Yeah,
place
that's
called?
what it's called. You got it
Yeah.
right.
Hey, that made it into your speech though, so your best man speech.
Tyler is a boss at best man speeches. Can we just...
He is.
He's pretty good at it.
Wait a minute. What made it into my speech?
That raccoon happened at McGregor.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah,
it did.
that's right.
Yeah.
I did.
The raccoon that Derek beamed on the head with a beer can
Allegedly.
after chugging a beer and immediately reversing the flow.
That raccoon did not want to go away.
No, it did not.
that's what I always find most
and Jake
interesting.
and Kayla were the MCs. You're not
No,
Jake. No,
Alex.
No, Alex and Kayla. Oh my gosh.
And-
I don't even remember my own wedding now. Great.
But that's what I find most interesting about weddings is, and really anytime you're trying to compare memories with another person and what stood out for you as opposed to what stood out for them throughout your lifetime. And you're like, oh shit, I totally forgot about that. I think at some point in time, everyone should have to write a speech commemorating their memories with another person.
That's difficult. It's really difficult.
It is very hard.
Yeah, I labored over the speech that I gave at Tyler's wedding, and I still wasn't happy with it. It's not easy, man.
No, that's the thing. You're never happy with
No.
it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then
Tyler
the
makes it
thing
look
is,
easy, though.
even if you're happy with the speech, then you give the speech to a room, and then you could look back on it in retrospect, and you're like, it didn't land the way that I wanted it to land. I missed this joke or this thing, or I didn't get this awe that I was after. You know, like it's. I don't know how people do that for a living, like public
But I
speaking
think
stuff.
it's because it's such a personal
Probably.
statement. Like maybe it didn't fall the way you wanted with people who weren't part of those memories, but in all of the speeches that were given at Jake's and my wedding, they fell for me.
Oh my
Like,
God.
every
that
word.
speech that your dad gave at your wedding, I don't think there was a dry eye in the place. That man can speak.
But regardless of, well, yes, but I think my dad was speaking to me,
Yeah.
not to the room of
Yeah,
people
but
who were
the
there to
entire
support Jake
room
and I.
understood that, and it was amazing.
And I think that's the biggest thing about the best man speech.
Oh,
or
I
the
see.
maid of
That's what
honor
you're saying.
speech.
Right. You're not speaking to
Yeah.
the whole room. You're speaking
You're
to the
not
person.
speaking
Yeah.
to the
No,
whole
that's
room.
true.
You're
That's
talking
very
to
true.
one person.
Yeah.
How'd you guys find horseshoes?
I'm terrible at them.
We sucked at horseshoes.
Not so good at horseshoes.
I don't understand how anybody plays that game.
I would
So
prefer to
I
operate
guess
with
to-
hand grenades.
Yeah. I guess to fill in the listeners, I mean, there was a set of horseshoe pits at the place where Derek's wedding was.
I think you should have given us guns.
Yeah, there's a.
What do you use that
I don't know,
shooting
there as
man.
well.
range?
How bad I was with horseshoes, I'm not sure you would have wanted to give me a gun.
Either way, it was terrible. We were not good.
I guess with practice, you could. It's like bowling. You don't knock all the
Well,
pins
yeah, like
down
in
the
a
first.
sense. I don't knock all the
But you get
pins
better.
down in bowling at all, even though it's not my first time. I'm terrible at it.
But you got to get better. You keep
Practice does
practicing
make
at it.
perfect. Well, or better at least.
I don't know. There was that one time that I bowled a better than 300 because of my handicap.
Well, shit, that's all right. Oh, wait, handicap. Hang on. Cheater.
Yeah, when you're bad at bowling, you get extra points.
Oh, how come I never got extra points? I got to get in
Yeah,
on
what
this.
the hell? I bowled once like 74 and no one ever gave me extra points.
Oh, I should bowl with you,
We
Derek.
played
Maybe
on-
I'd have a chance at winning. Probably not.
No.
I'm terrible.
I went bowling with a couple friends, and the first game I got like 56. It was fucking terrible. Second game I got like 74. Third game I was doing a lot better. I was up in the I broke the hundreds, and the one girl realized that she was behind me, and she got visibly upset that she was being beat by me. So
Oh.
Oh. It's okay, Derek.
I don't really care.
Well,
I'm just happy I made her visibly upset because I was beating her.
Okay. That's not going to come across right.
things taken out of context.
That's how they get those audio clips through interviews.
That's right.
They just let you talk and talk and talk and then splice it up however they want to make you sound like an asshole.
You ever wondered about that? Like, after all of the years of podcasting and all the admittedly terrible things I've said on this podcast, if any of us like tried to run for political office or something, we'd be fucking sunk. You could take so much out of context with all the stuff that we've said on this show.
Still not the thing that I think would keep me out of office.
No?
No.
What would be the thing?
Not wanting to run for it.
Oh, well, come on. Like, hypothetically, you have to be wanting to run for this to make sense.
Okay. In the event that I was running for some sort of political office, put me up in front of a group of people and let me actually talk to them
Yeah.
live. Unless I had like a completely scripted event where I didn't talk about anything other than what was on my cue cards and those cue cards were written by someone else.
Uh-huh.
That's what would sink me.
Okay.
Not the back catalog of terrible things I might have said on the
So
internet.
you're just not confident in your ability to win over a room.
Oh, I could win over the room, but I'd need a real specific room.
I see.
It's a problem in the messaging, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's fair. All right. Well, anything else to say about weddings?
I'm sad they're done.
I was going to say, like Kayla, I'm glad there's a pause now, at least.
In weddings?
So-
Steph and I have to go to another one in... When's that other wedding? August. I got another one in August.
It reminds me, I've got one this year, too.
And then I think I have a break from August through till next July. I think my sister's getting married, something like that. I'm pretty sure I have a break in between those. So like 6 months off Finally.
Jake and I are done in September. We have a family wedding.
I have no more. That my wedding was the last one.
Don't
I've
worry,
not been
guys.
invited to any more.
Now the weddings are done, all the baby showers can start.
I'm not coming to any of your baby showers. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not. Please don't invite me. I don't want to come. I'll meet your baby once it's born.
I refuse to acknowledge the existence of any of your children.
I am a strong proponent of don't count your chicks until they're hatched.
Oh, you're not coming to people's baby showers because people might have a miscarriage? You're an ass.
No, there's just nothing there for me. What? Are we going to write on diapers? Are we going to
I don't know what
put
happens at
chocolate
baby
bar-
showers. I've never been to a baby shower.
I've been to them. They're fucking terrible.
What do you do at a baby shower?
You don't drink, that's for
Well,
sure,
fuck
because
that
it's
shit.
mean, because mom can't drink.
Well, so she made her decision. Why is that going to impact everybody else?
Exactly.
If you get pregnant, I fully expect Jake to continue drinking.
Me too.
Probably
I
more.
wouldn't. Right?
Yeah, it's
No, when,
unreasonable to expect otherwise.
When my cousin and his wife announced and they did the baby shower, all the women went over to one of the other cousins' houses to have the baby shower, and all the men went back to the condo and had a couple of beers and a set of chicken wings. So
I
This is
wanted to
alright.
go
All
to
from my
that
end.
party. I went to the other woman party. And I don't like that they're separated by gender because it is terrible for so many more reasons
Well,
than I can
okay,
articulate.
hang on just a second there. I'm going to quibble with that for a minute. Because of all of the social things that we separate by gender, baby showers are actually kind of almost the only one that makes sense, in the sense that biological women are really the only ones who can empathize with another biological woman over what it's like to carry a child to term. That's like...
I haven't had a kid. I don't know shit all about your cravings or your pee
but like
or...
eventually you will. The older women there do. I'm saying that's one of the only
so
things
there's
that
an
makes sense.
expectation that all women should and will have children.
Oh Christ! What the?
You want to shovel there, John?
Dig up, stupid.
All right, keep on bringing those sound bites.
Yeah, no shit, eh? Fuck.
I
What
can
I'm
say one
saying
thing
is
I'm happy I'm a man and I never have to go to a baby shower.
No doubt, eh? I've heard of.
Oh, you just wait. Mine will be gender neutral. My baby
You're not
shower,
getting an
they'll
extra
all be
present just
invited.
Kayla,
because the both of us
I
are
hate to say
coming.
this, but there's no way I'm coming.
Don't worry, I don't want to go either. It'll be a baby shower for my baby, but I won't be in
The
attendance.
fuck is the point of a baby shower anyway? Just to get gifts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, because
yeah, that
babies
is
are expensive.
100% what it is about.
Wow, seems like a waste. I can afford shit.
I agree.
I have money.
If you can't afford your own baby shit,
Damn
you probably
straight.
shouldn't be having a baby.
That's exactly my feeling on the matter.
Warren keeps telling me about one of his friends that has diaper parties, and there seems to be a keg involved, but it's like you bring a set of diapers in order to drink from the keg.
I've
I
heard
guess
about
that's
that.
the trade-off.
Yeah,
so-
that sounds okay.
Or don't spend your money on a keg and buy your own diapers. I mean,
Except the diapers probably cost more.
Yeah, kegs
That's
aren't that
true.
expensive, all things considered.
babies are too expensive.
Yeah, let's just not have any babies. Problem solved.
Babies aren't expensive until the first year is over, and then you have to put them in a daycare.
Then you're fucked.
I mean, the first 9 months can't be that expensive for 4 of
Unless
the
you
weeks.
can't breastfeed
you
for
don't know
whatever
you're
reason and you have
pregnant.
to have a formula. That shit's not cheap.
I meant the pregnancy, John.
Yep, children suck. Terrible little bloodsuckers, that's all they are.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why our parents bothered. Just look at us now.
We're just a bunch of ungrateful ingrates.
Pretty much.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever been called is an ingrate. I've been called a lot of terrible things in my life, but I think an ingrate was truly the deepest cutting insult.
Really? Why?
Because it came from my dad.
Ooh. Ouch. Okay. So it's not really the insult specifically. It's more the fact that the insult came
It
from your
was-
dad.
Yeah, it was the context
Yeah.
of it.
Okay. All right.
And I mean, to be fair, I was a pretty spoiled, selfish child who was an ingrate. I mean, he wasn't wrong.
Well, then that's why it cut so deep, because you knew he wasn't wrong. That's like when you do something shitty and your parents, by all rights, ought to be angry, but they're not angry. They're just disappointed. It's the worst because you know they're disappointed because they're right.
Yeah.
If they just yell, it would be so much better. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. That's another wedding in the bag. Hopefully the next time we speak to you, it will be sooner than the last time we spoke to you, and also we will not have gone to another wedding, because if we did, that would mean that there was a surprise wedding that we've all forgotten about, which would probably infer that we're
Alex.
terrible fucking friends. Or that Alex is having a shotgun wedding, which is probably also not a good idea. But yeah, thanks for listening. And look, if you want to find more of us, you can go to slightlysauce.com. There's all the things are there, and you can look us up on iTunes and Reddit and Facebook, and we're all over the fucking place. Just Google it. I think that's about it. Anything else we gotta add? Oh, send us some email. contact@slightlysauce.com. We used to have a thing that if you sent us email, we'd make you a jingle. That's still an offer. You just gotta send us 3 emails. 3 emails for a jingle. Get on it, guys. That's shit. It's not that hard.
If you send me Alan's wine gums, I'll write you a jingle regardless.
Oh, that short circuits the 3 emails? All right. If you got a line
just
on Alan's wine gums, let us know.
You got to be in the United States. Oh, also, if you can, I want to add to this ask. It's Alan's wine gums and also popcorn flavored saltwater taffy.
Oh.
Thanks, Internet.
What? Gross.
No, don't question it. Just, it's for me. You don't have to eat
flavored saltwater tap? That's like...
Why does Kayla
Yeah.
get all this stuff? What the hell?
Well,
it. You guys could ask too. I'm just using the forum to reach out to the broader Internet.
we should all get
you
Amazon...
didn't think to do that. That's your fault.
We should all get Amazon wish lists like porn stars.
I have one, but all the good stuff is in the United States.
I see. You should just get a United States relative. You have relatives in the States.
Yeah, but they're all fucking up.
Whatever
That
you...
was a lot of mumbling.
Yeah, whatever you just said, I'm sure. All right.
They're all Republicans.
Oh.
Ugh.
Bye.
Exactly.
Worst.
No, before we get into that, goodbye.